absolutely incredible stuff. I really wish we knew why they decided to cut it, but the fact the bedroom remains tucked away in the final build suggests this decision came surprisingly late in development. By this point, the loading screens had been implemented, localization was progressing nicely, up to the Hisuian Electrode battle, and both opening cutscenes and animations were much more polished. All characters now had their final models and textures. Outside of a modern-day protagonist outfit, I'll let this section play out, but feel free to keep an eye out on some of the localization details, as a lot of the small text changes can be spotted here. Visually, the game looks fantastic in this build. It's noticeably more stylized than in the final game. The grass looks more colourful and eye-catching here compared to the finished game. Personally, I prefer this look, though it really comes down to taste. The jump feature had now been completely scrapped, replaced by crouching with the A button. Heading into the village, the evening colour grading in particular was much stronger than the final version. Interestingly, all the events in Jubilife were static. Cutscenes also played out differently in this build. The rival encounter was staged in a completely different way, with alternate dialogue and unique animations. Captain Silene was even named Captain Celeste here. By now the player's cabin was identical to the final version, and little details like the Galaxy Hall construction work had been added. The photography studio interior looked drastically different too, though in this version you couldn't actually exit once you went inside. Otherwise, Jubilife Village was essentially complete by this point. Overall, the game was now playable start to finish. Heading into the Obsidian Fieldlands, visually it was great, and clearly Game Freak thought it was polished enough to be shown off in a trailer. The visual style just had so much vibrancy though. It's obvious that one of the main priorities during that final year of development was optimization. As we covered in the deep dive, originally Legends Arceus was supposed to launch in 2021. But it was delayed into early 2022, and from the looks of it, they made excellent use of that extra time. Major story cutscenes were also already in place, though a lot of the later ones were still very rough, basically placeholder scenarios with character scripts as a base. In the final game, this is where Hisuian Growlithe evolves into Arcanine, but Hisuian Growlithe wasn't created by this build. And regarding Arcanine, I'll just let the cutscene play out. Pretty staggering to learn that some of the new Pokemon were added, possibly even designed after the reveal trailer. In fact, the amount of 3D modeled Pokemon in the game was still very limited, which explains why the reveal trailer showcased such a limited roster. The glorious save screen was still present in this version of the game too. Snorlax was in its correct place, but it wasn't an alpha Pokemon yet. And several legendary models and encounters were accessible by this point. Overall, the game was structurally complete, but there was still a long road ahead before release. Our story began with a December 2019 prototype and ended with a build from the very day Legends Arceus was revealed. In just over a year, we saw the project evolve through countless experiments and pivots, giving us glimpses into not only its development, but so many different ideas and concepts for the game. Game Freak would go on to spend another year polishing this very solid foundation before its release. And honestly, as I said back in the deep dive, it's a miracle Legends Arceus came together at all, given the circumstances. Juggling a messy production schedule, DLC for Sword and Shield, developing Generation 9, living up to Gen 4 nostalgia, and having to reinvent the Pokemon formula in such a bold way. It had all the reasons to disappoint the fans, but instead it became one of the most beloved games in the series. Whether you've seen the deep dive or not, if it's been a while since you last played Legends Arceus, I strongly recommend revisiting it after watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
We've always said everyone in our program is chosen on merit. It's a team, and teams are all about people, and it's bringing all those people together. We're genuinely trying to get the best people together to build this team. You know, we've got good drivers. Can't wait to see them on track for the first time.
Graham, great to see you in a Formula One paddock. Great to see you in the Cadillac Formula One team, Brandon, as well. Huge kind of steps it feels for the team recently announcing your two drivers. Just generally, It feels like everything is ramping up.
Yeah, and you know, there's a real sense of excitement in our many locations that the team has as well. I think getting the drivers on board is always a really key point for everyone. You know, everyone in the team, you know, really focuses on the drivers. It is a team sport, as we know, but every sport has to have heroes, and the drivers are quite rightly the heroes. So great to get that announcement, really well received internally within the team, and you know, it's just another step towards Melbourne 26.
I mean, you're no stranger to bringing Formula One teams into the sport. Does that feel like quite a seminal moment?
Yeah, it's kind of a rare skill set bringing new F1 teams in, but it is an important one, and you know, and it was great to see the reaction of the drivers as well. Obviously, it's clear for everyone we've gone for experience with Valtteri and Checo. You know, between the two of them, they've got 106 or so podiums, 16 race wins. But when we told each driver, there was that spark of excitement as well. And for me, that's what I look for. And then, you know, we look for their enthusiasm, because if you have an enthusiastic driver lineup, that helps gel everything together. And that's what we're building now is it's a team, and teams are all about people, and it's bringing all those people together.
Yeah, well, obviously Checo and Valtteri have had a year out off the grid, but how rewarding is it that they were so keen to join your project? Obviously it's a new startup, but for them to want to find a way back on the grid, they chose you guys. Yeah,
it's great, you know, and to see that hunger, it's really cool. You know, there's very, very, very few Formula One drivers in the world. You know, there were 20, there's now going to be 22. So it's a very, very rarefied atmosphere. And so you want to see people who are excited to be there. You know, you don't want to drag somebody into driving a race car. It's kind of one of the most rewarding things anyone can do. So seeing their energy and their enthusiasm is great, and everyone feeds off it as well. And, you know, when we were selecting the drivers, that was one of the things that we were looking for, is the kind of characters who can help bring together and gel together a team of people. You know, we're hiring people all the time. They're very experienced. We've got some really clever people. You know, we're genuinely trying to get the best people that we know in Formula One together to build this team.
With Checo, obviously he's on a year out. So how quickly can he kind of get stuck in? Because he seems like he's been thrown ideas and wanted to get involved straight away.
Yeah, I don't think he will have forgotten how to drive. That's for sure. And he's doing a bit of karting and the like. And we'll have him on the simulator quite soon. We're going to do some testing in real world cars as well. So I've got no doubts that he'll be back up to speed in time. And then obviously one of the advantages that we have in 26 is, unlike a normal championship year where there's only 3 days of testing, there's going to be an initial test in Barcelona and then 2 additional tests in Bahrain. So 3 times the amount of testing as normal. So that'll help get him up to speed as well.
And with Valtteri, obviously, he's been completely plugged into the Mercedes program this year, including 2026 development. How much do you think that will help you guys really hit the ground running?
Yeah, it'll help a lot because, there's a lot new in 26, in terms of tyres and power units in particular. So having an experienced driver like Valtteri who's up to speed on that kind of thing is valuable. Obviously, the drivers don't get to see the in-depth design secrets and all the rest of it, but I think it's quite valuable to have a driver who's already, he's kind of, he hasn't left the paddock.
Yeah.
He's so this weekend he'll be in all the engineering meetings, mind staying sharp and all that kind of thing. It's definitely a plus point.
In terms of, you mentioned running in an old car at some point. I guess you've got Ferrari power unit next year. It probably makes sense to run with a Ferrari, does it?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few different options of what we can do, because what we're not looking to do is test a car. What we are looking to do is part of our, what we're calling the Race Ready program. Although I'm here in person at Monza, our team is actually participating virtually in this whole race weekend.
Okay.
So we've got 50 or 60 engineers running everything that we would normally do in a race weekend, but just doing it in Silverstone and Charlotte.
The other announcement that you made heading into this weekend was that you've got Colton Herta on board as a test driver.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that's really leaning into your desire to really bring an American driver through at some stage.
Yeah, well, the first thing you'd say about Colton is I really like, I like the guy. I've got to know him quite a bit over the last couple of years. I love his approach, proper racing. Some people would say that going from, race-winning position in one championship and then into a test role, people talk about reputation or, whatever. What I love is when you have a driver who is confident in his ability and speed to make that change. It's exactly what we want to see. You don't want to see people who shy away from a challenge or anything else. It is the pure essence of racing, and I really love it. It's great. It's true he is American, but we've always said everyone in our program is chosen on merit.
Yeah.
If they happen to be American, because we're an American team, it's a plus point, and it's great for the fans, and we're seeing that already. The positive reaction to that announcement was huge. That's great, and also he's bringing an established fan base to the sport as well. So yeah, it's a really good move for him in my view, and for the team as well.
Some of the experienced people you've got on board, obviously Nick Chester leading the technical team, Pat Simmons there as a consultant as well. How's the car coming along?
Well, the good news is it is coming along. It's on schedule. We are currently laying up the first 2 race chassis. We built a prototype chassis some time ago, and we used that chassis to do all of the equivalent FIA homologation tests.
Yep.
So there's some very onerous squeeze tests, and also the rather dramatic impact tests, which is it's quite a significant test. So we've already built the prototype, went through all those tests. Probably the first team that has done as well, because obviously the other teams have got learnings from their 25 cars and 24 cars and everything. And so we wanted to do that to give ourselves confidence that when we're building the race chassis, we've got a high degree of confidence that we should pass the homologation tests. But now we're actually laying up the actual race chassis, and it's on schedule, and it's really it's cool to see. Can't wait to see the first Cadillac.
So where is that being built? Because you're obviously split across 3 sites. So where is that going to be built?
So our main manufacturing facility will be in Indianapolis, but obviously, we only got the entry in March.
Yep.
So we've got to build that factory and then put machines in it and then hire the people to operate the machines and train them and, we'll work with various partners still going forward, but there'll be more and more manufacture done in the US.
In terms of those partners, you've got the Ferrari power unit. Are you using them to do anything like the gearbox or the suspension and things like that?
Yeah, so it's the power unit and the gearbox internals. But the gearbox casing we're doing, and everything else, we do all the suspension, everything.
Okay.
So it's quite different from other partnership agreements that Ferrari have. We're building a full works manufacturer team here. Yes, it would be easier to take more components, but we've said before, the ambition for the team is is really limitless, and to do that, we need to be building this out ourselves.
And in terms of the preparations of getting the car running, you obviously mentioned we've got Barcelona and those 2 tests in Bahrain. Is the ambition to do a shakedown as well before that as well?
Yeah, so it'll be early January. We'll do a promotional filming day. So the car will turn the wheels for the first time, and that'll be a great moment, actually. We're super proud to carry the Cadillac brand. These are going to be incredibly rare Cadillacs, hand-built, very, very few of them, and can't wait to see them on track for the first time.
And when you look ahead to next year, what are the ambitions? You've been here, you've done it, so what is feasible?
Yeah, the first thing to recognise is this game is unbelievably competitive. I've often said Formula One is actually it's a very simple business model and a very simple technical model, actually, because you download it. You can anyone watching at home can download all of the regulations off the internet. But there lies the problem. You have 11 teams, previously 10 teams, competing on exactly the same set of regulations. They can't invent a different kind of car or anything else like that. The regulations are super tight, and so the competition is absolutely insane and intense, and we have to recognize that. And I guess the way I try and communicate to other people is, imagine if you're one of these existing teams. All of them have been doing this for at least 10 years, if not significantly longer. If a new team were to come in and immediately be competitive against them, then you'd be pretty upset and pretty angry. So we know it's a huge challenge. It's very difficult to quantify what success can look like, other than we just have to execute as well as we possibly can, gain respect from the other competitors. I think that's always the first target, because if we do that, then we know that we will be doing a good job.
And with that all in mind, and the challenge that lies ahead, what's the greatest ambition? How quickly do you think you can be in competitive form?
Well, the honest answer is I've no idea, and that's not a flippant answer in any way. And the reason for that is it kind of shows respect for the sport. The sport is so difficult and so competitive, and I've seen every single one of the team principals here being asked a question about how competitive they think they'll be the following year or whatever, and 9 times out of 10 the answer's always wrong, because you don't know. We just have no idea, other than we have to push as hard as we possibly can. We want our owners and investors to be proud of the team. We want the fans to support it, and we just got to work towards all of that. And if we just focus on taking care of the detail, then the performance will come. We've got clever people, we've got good drivers. We know how to do this game, and so rather than kind of guessing where we're going to be, we just focus on the job in hand, and the results will follow.
Awesome. Well, Graham, thank you very much for your time. Excited to see the first Cadillac Formula One car on the grid next year.
Yeah, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Great,
Thanks.
sir.
Check. Oh. Okay. What's up, Miami? Let me introduce you to the 20 best drivers in the world. This is the greatest spectacle in motorsports. This is Formula One. Our first driver grew up right here in Miami. It's a homecoming for the local boy done good. Let's give it up for Logan Sargent.
What's up, America? Let's bring that energy.
Make some noise.
very, very good.
Next up, a multiple champion before arriving in Formula One. He's a new sensation, Nick DeVries. It's the bad boy turned good. The Viking racing from Denmark, Kevin Magnussen. Thailand's own carries the historic Williams team name forward with an impressive start to Formula One's season. It's Alex Albon. He might be small in stature, but he's a mighty racer. It's the fearless Japanese F1 superstar, Yuki Tsunoda. He's the only Chinese racer in F1 history, and now he's one of the most exciting drivers on the grid. It's Zhou Guanyu. A French racer with a French team who is a fan favorite and a race winner. Let's hear it for Pierre Gasly. Childhood friends with Pierre Gasly, turned rivals, turned teammates. Esteban Ocon. He's a fun-loving driver with multiple Grand Prix wins and incredible one-lap pace. It's Valtteri Bottas. Australia's rookie boy wonder, racing for McLaren. He's a young and hungry to be a champion. It's Oscar Piastri. This fan favorite is known as the Hulk for his speed and aggressive driving style. It's Nico Hülkenberg. Next up, a young British talent at McLaren and one of the most exciting drivers to break into F1 is Lando Norris. Okay, now, this guy came back from 2 broken wrists at the start of the season and drove through the pain to score points. He's a Canadian carrying the hopes of his nation. It's Lance Stroll. Another British hotshot. He's racing for Mercedes and is already highly regarded as a future F1 champion in the making. It's George Russell. From the home of the grandest Grand Prix of them all, Monaco, this driver fought for the championship in 2022. It's Charles Leclerc. This Spanish superstar had his first win in 2022, driving for Ferrari, and he's famous as a smooth operator on the track. It's Carlos Sainz. He's the most successful driver in the history of the sport. He's a 7-time world champion. He's a game changer and a change maker. He's royalty. Sir Lewis Hamilton. This two-time world champion is in the form of his life on the front row of the grid with his new team, Aston Martin. It's Fernando Alonso! The man in pole position. He's a Mexican multiple race winner. He's gunning for the title. Viva la Mexico! Sergio Perez! And finally, the two-time world champion and the current championship leader. He's the man everyone has to beat, and the man who looks unstoppable. Turn it up for Max Verstappen! Max, I just told the world you were unstoppable. Will you be unstoppable this weekend?
I made it a bit more difficult for myself, but we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have fun.
You have a great day.
All right, thanks.
Let's go! Make some noise!
What the was he doing? Honestly, is he a for what? What the?
That's Valtteri Bottas and George Russell, who are out of this race.
From that angle, it does look like George collected some grass on the right-hand side, doesn't it? Massive impact. Once again, we're seeing the integrity of the front of the chassis. Extraordinarily strong and effective. George is going to say, look, you veered right while I was alongside you and put me on the grass.
Well, obviously, I was very pissed off and frustrated with him at the time. You know, I'm fighting for P9. P9 for him is absolutely nothing. He did a move that you would do if you were fighting for victory on the last lap of the race.
I couldn't hear a thing what he was on about. I don't really get it. I mean, it was clearly his fault, and I don't understand the rage.
Verstappen absolutely flying, the championship leader. He is 8 points up on Lewis Hamilton going into this race weekend. Hamilton and Bottas at the moment are first and second on the front row as Bottas goes second fastest. But Verstappen can spoil the Mercedes party and ruin that one too as he hits the wall right at the final corner. Max Verstappen hits the wall and pole position slides out of his grasp.
Well, okay, Max?
Yeah.
No, he locked a front wheel, look, and he got frustrated. He locked his front wheel on the way in, so that walks the tyre that is not rotating, doesn't give you the right amount of grip, and then in a frustration, he still hit the throttle.
I locked up, and of course, then I still tried to rescue the lap a bit, and I clipped the outside wall. I think tomorrow we still have a very good shot.
Lights out and away we go, and Hamilton does get away very well indeed. Bottas doesn't. Verstappen's already nearly alongside him, and there goes Lando Norris down the inside. It is Hamilton ahead of Verstappen. Bottas has dropped 3 or 4 places, and there's Lando Norris touched, and into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, and that's the Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri getting caught up as the McLaren spun round with the Ferrari as well.
It's Bottas who messes
and
it
then
up.
into Max Verstappen goes Lando Norris. Perez gets caught up in all of that as well.
We are sorry, guys. That's it.
He just breaks way too late and causes the entire mess.
Fernando with the left front puncture.
That was a big impact, huh?
Yeah.
Incredible that Max Verstappen car is still halfways able to drive.
Just completely blocked up.
Try and pull over to the right if we can.
So sorry.
They didn't stop. They went into me.
We need to stop.
Oh, and it's Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen on the main straight, leading this race, now out of this race. Sergio Perez leads from Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen had this race in his hands. His tyre failed. He is out of the race, thankfully out of the cockpit as well. But that is heartbreak for Max Verstappen.
Frustrating and very disappointing. So close to the finish to retire with a tire blowout. So yeah, it's a big shame. Sometimes you can hate the sport for a few hours, and then yeah, I'll be fine again. It's a big shame. Sometimes with a tire blowout. So yeah, it's a big shame. Sometimes you can hate the sport for a few hours, and then yeah, I'll be fine again.
Perez on pole, Hamilton alongside him on the front row. Perez gets away well, Hamilton will wheel spin. Sebastian Vettel is coming at them as well. Perez tries to cut off Hamilton, who locks up and goes straight on. Perez leads from Sebastian Vettel, and then comes Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc, and Hamilton has gone from second in the race to falling out of the points as they tiptoe their way around turn 2.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, don't sweat it, Lewis. Don't sweat it.
He could have pounced on Verstappen, but that's equals for the championship. Good if you're playing for the long run, but Sergio Perez, what a job he's done today, Crofty. He made a mistake at the start, but he got the cutback right and put Hamilton under pressure and pushed him to break late.
Did I have magic on?
Yeah, bud. Yeah, just knock that on.
I could have sworn I turned it off.
Yeah, you did, but knocked it on with the upshift.
It's really painful, but I'm really sorry to the team for this day, you know.
You can see the rain signs there. Hamilton is getting so much closer to Lando Norris. These next two corners are really critical as Lando Norris goes wide, and you can see just how slippy it is for both Norris and for Hamilton.
Norris has went wide.
Norris has gone wide. Norris is just tiptoeing his way around the track, and he is not the only one out there to do it. Will Hamilton come in? Norris is still squirming.
Track very slippery from here to turn 10. Lots of cars going off.
Yeah, shut up!
I think Lando Norris doesn't want to come in.
Lando, what do you think about it, Inter? What do you think about it in Inter?
No!
Oh, he said it's fine. He's happy.
He's saying no. And
I think Mercedes are going to come in, Crofty. I think they're going to play it safe.
And look how heavy the rain has come down and how much spray is out on the track. And it's now just 4 seconds between Norris and Hamilton. And Hamilton takes the lead of the race as Lando Norris slides off the track and avoids the barriers, manages to keep going, but Hamilton takes the lead.
It's full weight, boys. I got a box. I'm going to shut.
Yeah, we're going to come in.
I can't do this.
We're going to come in. We're going to box.
Tragedy in a sporting context for Lando Norris. Lewis Hamilton now leads the Russian Grand Prix.
I could have won the race and I didn't, so I'm never going to be happy like this. But yeah, it's the way it is. It's the way it went. We made the decisions. I made the decisions that I made, and they were obviously wrong in the end of the day.
He is gaining on Max Verstappen. He's going to go for the move here. Lewis Hamilton trying to get into the lead of the race. They go wheel to wheel into the first corner. Verstappen has to bail out. Lewis Hamilton has to bail out. Verstappen ends that sequence with a bigger lead over Lewis Hamilton.
Max doesn't like to yield, does he? He'll use any part of the racetrack.
So let's give the position back to Hamilton. Obviously, do that strategically. Give the position back.
Both are giving it absolutely everything.
Look at this.
I get the feeling it's going to happen again. Oh, they've touched and they've collided.
Look at this.
I get the feeling it's going to happen again. Oh, they've touched and they've collided. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. How much damage on Hamilton's Mercedes? What has happened there? Verstappen being told to give the place back to Lewis Hamilton. Slowed down on the straight. Hamilton ran into the back of the Red Bull. Just what is going on here in Jeddah tonight?
Just brake testing me.
He's up.
I've just hit him, man. My wing's broken.
No, it's okay. It looks okay. He's been told to give you the position.
He just brake tested me, dude. I didn't know what was going on. It was just dangerous driving, dude.
There was definitely a bit of movement going on with the Red Bull, wasn't there, from that camera angle at the last moment.
They told me to give the position back, and so immediately when I heard that on the radio, I just pulled off to the right, showing that I was gonna move over, and I braked, downshift, and he just stayed behind me. So I was just looking in the mirror, and I'm slowing down, and then I think there was a bit of a miscommunication where he then ran into the back of me.
Hamilton comes out onto the racetrack now, and is he going to be ahead of Lando Norris? That's the big key. No, he's not. And there's Max Verstappen right behind Hamilton into the first chicane. Once again, it's wheel to wheel. Hamilton and Verstappen, and this time Verstappen and Hamilton have crashed out, and they are both out.
That's what you get when you don't leave the space.
As Hamilton came from his pit stop, rejoined the racetrack, Lando Norris was ahead, and in their desperation to stay ahead and to get ahead, the two championship protagonists have taken each other out of the Italian Grand Prix.
Okay, so switch off the engine, please, Lewis.
What a bizarre incident. Absolutely bizarre.
Well, it's been brewing all season, this fantastic title scrap between Verstappen and Hamilton. They have come to blows on more than one occasion. This, though, the first time they've both taken each other out of the race.
Verstappen's going to have to weave like crazy. Hamilton got a better drive off the loop. He will be faster down the Wellington straight into Brooklands.
Not going to get a chance to weave because already Hamilton is with them. They almost touch. They go into Brooklands. Verstappen stays ahead. The crowd roar their approval for this. The two championship contenders giving it everything.
It's not over yet because Hamilton gets another slipstream all the way down the old pit straight into Copse Corner. These are critical corners for this Grand Prix.
Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside. It comes and then touch. Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash into Copse. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen coming together. Hamilton continues on. Charles Leclerc now leads the British Grand Prix.
Let's know what you need.
Just turned in on me.
I think Hamilton was far enough up the inside to have earned the right to some space. He thinks he's got the inside covered, and then turns in, wouldn't have really have known where Lewis was exactly at 180 miles an hour. Will a car make the apex from the inside like that? It's very dirty, but that's you've got to keep your car under control. It's a very, very close call.
Is Max okay?
He's out of the car.
I was alongside down, obviously, to 6, and he was like bumping wheels with me, and so I knew that he was somewhere on the inside, so I gave him space. And the next one, I was really proud of the move, and I was really far alongside, but I could see he was not going to concede. And so, anyways, he cut across me and we collided.
Nicholas Latifi has crashed. That will be a safety car. This now completely changes the context of this race, and lapped cars will not be allowed to overtake.
It's not mandatory in the regulations, which leaves Verstappen with a lot of work to do then. Is there any more debris to clear up? We're halfway round already.
Race control are now saying lapped cars to overtake the safety car.
And it's ending. And it's ending. Wow.
Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen side by side. Hamilton will be ahead. Verstappen is absolutely desperate to get on with this on that soft compound tyre. We're going to have one lap of racing to decide the championship in 2021. Hamilton has the advantage. Verstappen has the faster, fresher tyres. And we have got 3.2 miles of racing action all the way to the checkered flag as the crowd roar the drivers on to the final lap of this race, and Verstappen sets after Hamilton. Is it going to be a first World Championship for Verstappen? Is it going to be an 8th World Championship for Lewis Hamilton? Where can Verstappen try and get past Hamilton? First overtaking zone is normally down into turn 5. Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Verstappen now snatches the championship trophy from Lewis Hamilton, who's trying to fight back.
No DRS for 2 laps, so Lewis Hamilton will not get the rear wing open. Now he's going to go down the outside. If Verstappen keeps it tight and neat, but he hasn't, he's gone a little bit wide.
Yes, it's getting manipulated, man.
This race that started with controversy is ending with controversy. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, though, down the back straight. He's got a slipstream. He almost touches Verstappen. They almost make contact into turn 9. Verstappen stays ahead of Lewis Hamilton. They have shared a brilliant championship battle, but the championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2021. Max Verstappen, for the first time ever, is champion of the world.
Oh my Lord, Max! Oh my
Yes! Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Oh my God!
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right. Mikey, what was that? You need to reinstate the lap before, that's not right.
Toto?
Yes.
It's called a motor race, okay?
Sorry?
We went to car racing.
Oh, I'm just speechless, Lewis. Absolutely speechless.
We gave it everything. This last part of the season, we gave it absolutely everything, and we never gave up, and that's the most important thing.
It was a bit of a roller coaster, of course, you know, from not really having a chance of winning to the last lap where everything comes together and you have to go for it, and we did. So, yeah, incredible. I mean, insane emotions as well. I lost my voice already, so I think a few people in the garage as well. I haven't even seen my engineer. I'll probably hug him to death.
10 wins in a calendar year to match the 10 from the rest of his career combined. And it's the win that gives him his first World Championship.
It's wheel to wheel, all the way. Oh, I can't believe it. He's spun the car.
Man, I'm out, guys.
And look at this. Oh, it's deep. He's deep. He's in his teammate. Look at the top 4 on this last lap.
There's 1 lap left of Q2. Both Red Bulls have to improve. At 10th and 11th, if he makes a mistake, he doesn't improve, someone behind him will, and we could have Red Bulls going out in Q2. And he's oversteering into turn 3. It doesn't look like he's got the tyres dialed in yet.
That was a moment on the brink. Verstappen knows he's got to find some time here. For one of the first times all season long, he's on the back foot. Perez is spun the car. One Red Bull is struggling for time, the other one is facing in the wrong direction. For some reason, around this configuration of circuit, the all-dominant Red Bulls are looking over their shoulders. Max Verstappen comes across the line, Max Verstappen stays in 10th position, and we're looking now to who can improve. Can Liam Lawson make it through? He can! Liam Lawson knocks out Max Verstappen!
I don't know if you saw that, but that was shocking. Absolutely shocking experience.
The team that have won every single Grand Prix this year see both cars fall in Q2. Oh, I can't believe it! I can't believe it! Charles Leclerc has gone off the road on the formation lap. Absolutely extraordinary.
No, I lost the hydraulics. I lost the hydraulics. Why the f am I so unlucky? Why the f am I so unlucky?
His Grand Prix over before it had even begun.
The car's switched off, you can hear the engine go, so that's what's happened to Leclerc. He's lost the hydraulics, the power steering is probably gone in a high-speed corner, and he's ended up in the wall.
spat into the wall, nothing he could do.
Heartbreak. The engine lets go and it just is in gear and it just immediately locks those rear tyres. Gutting for Leclerc, and now there's a gaping gap then on the front of the grid alongside Verstappen.
Formula One goes racing in Sao Paulo once again. Good reaction time for Lando Norris. Big crash in the middle of the pack. Albon is into the wall along with the Haas as well.
Great start from Alex Albon in the Williams. He gets alongside and then, you see the other Haas came together. It was actually kind of squeezed his teammate there. That kind of led to the contact. So it was a bit of a 3-wide situation.
And that is the Williams into the barrier. The red flag is flying at Interlagos because it's a big cleanup.
Got sandwiched again.
Yeah, Magnus has actually collected then, as Albon's already lost it.
Are you out? Yeah, you're out.
Who hit me? What a dramatic opening few moments of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. It is hammering down at Zandvoort. And off the road goes Sergio Perez in the monsoon conditions now. Surely it can't be long until we throw a safety car at this one, because they'll be struggling to keep it on the road. They'll be aquaplaning off. Oh, they're snaking off the road. Zhou Guanyu has gone into the Tech Pro. His teammate has gone off, and the virtual safety car is out.
Man, I'm out, guys. So much water, I can't see where I'm going.
He slithered off the road at turn number 1. Perez has come into the pits as well. Perez comes in, that will elevate Gasly to the podium, and we eventually get to the red flag, but after Perez has given up track position. Verstappen, Alonso, Gasly now on the podium, the red flag is out, and we stop things on lap 64. And this is the moment that cost Perez P2.
Huge spray. He's just double front locked as he's hit the brakes. That was something we saw a lot in the rain yesterday.
And the barrier, but just the lightest of touches.
It was aquaplane territory, showing that really it was just undrivable.
Oh, that was a big hit from Zhou Guanyu.
It's almost like the runoff area. The tarmac there is almost more slick than the actual race tarmac itself. Well, disappointing.
It started in the wet, it's moved to the dry. Russell went for the gamble. And look at this, coming across the line. It's side by side, who gets it? That was super close. Ocon hangs on for 7th position. George Russell missing out. Russell lighting up that race. That is what 9 thousandths of a second looks like after 24 laps.
12, please. Well done.
Yeah! Woo! That was a fun race.
Just missed out there. P8. Good job, though. Picked up a point still. Bit of racing that. Well done.
Yeah, good recovery. Good decision.
Lando Norris has one more chance to do the heroics. He's done it on the inside. He's trying it on the outside with 5 seconds still to come. No way by for the British driver up against the Frenchman. We're going all the way to the line. There might be a penalty hanging over Lando Norris, but it's wheel to wheel all the way to the end. The McLaren and the Alpine, will they have any room? Norris bails out of it.
Brilliant fight between Norris and Ocon.
But you've got to say well done to him for continuing to fight to the end there. Some wonderful wheel-to-wheel action, and a reminder that we need to see this guy in a car at the front sooner rather than later in Formula One.
I was ahead at the apex. You would have left me no space, I would have had to go out.
He fought right to the bitter end there.
And the Qatar Grand Prix is go! Good reaction time for Lewis Hamilton. George Russell putting the pressure on Max Verstappen. Hamilton got the launch off the line, goes around the outside, he's hit his teammate. Lewis Hamilton turns into George Russell, and the Mercedes collide at the first turn. 3 into 1 did not go, and the wheel came off there for Lewis Hamilton. The wheels come off for Mercedes. Absolutely dramatic start.
Made a great launch, didn't he, making use of those tyres. You can see George gives him a little bit of a squeeze as he picks up the slipstream from Verstappen, but he has clear sight of the corner and aiming for a too early apex.
Let's not here.
Go!
I would have had to go out.
He fought right to the bitter end there.
And the Qatar Grand Prix is go! Good reaction time for Lewis Hamilton. George Russell putting the pressure on Max Verstappen. Hamilton got the launch off the line, goes around the outside, he's hit his teammate. Lewis Hamilton turns into George Russell, and the Mercedes collide at the first turn. 3 into 1 did not go, and the wheel came off there for Lewis Hamilton. The wheels come off for Mercedes. Absolutely dramatic start.
Made a great launch, didn't he, making use of those tyres. You can see George gives him a little bit of a squeeze as he picks up the slipstream from Verstappen, but he has clear sight of the corner and aiming for a too early apex.
Looks like you're okay, mate. Yeah, I'm taken out by my own teammate.
Gets a little bit of a squeeze from his teammate, but goes brave on the brakes, but just shuts the corner down. I'm sorry, he just didn't leave enough space.
Russell momentarily loses a little bit of grip as well and washes wide. Oh, barely. I mean, it is Hamilton really turning in.
Come on! What the hell? Guys, come on!
Stand by for the third start of the Australian Grand Prix. It's 2 laps to sort out who wins this one. Immediately, Verstappen is chopping ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who will try and edge out Fernando Alonso. It's as you were from the top 3. It's going to be close to contact, and Fernando Alonso is spun round by Carlos Sainz. Perez is off the road. It's Max Verstappen with the lead. Then it's Hamilton, and there's a crash at the back of the field. Into the wall goes Gasly, and it's absolute chaos on the restart. Oh, it's deep. He's deep. Stroll into the corner. It's total chaos. Red flag again. Carnage. Absolute chaos.
Sainz goes in hot. It's, in fact, Gasly almost rear ends Alonso. They both dragged each other in deep, and it's Sainz tips Alonso into the spin.
Stupid rule. How the hell you can put a red flag before?
Then the 2 Alpines come together on the exit of 2.
Big impact into the wall for the 2 Alpines.
Very chaotic start, a lot of cars off the track. Pierre came back off the track to on the track and left me no room, and we collided, but no hard feelings, you know. They could have been anyone.
And the melee begins in an extraordinary restart. The charging Mercedes might be denied. Russell knows he needs to try and make the place right now. Look at the top 4 on this last lap, nearly glued together.
Lando's still pushing for the win. Russell's off.
George Russell into the wall and out of the race. The British driver who was charging for victory is out on the last lap.
Did take out quite a bite of that wall, and the wall just juts out slightly. Such frustration when you're tucked in behind a driver as he was. You're kind of half going off the line of the car in front.
Yeah, lost for words, to be honest. I think we were half a car's length away from winning the race. Whether it was a lack of concentration, frustration knowing that was our opportunity gone. You know, a mistake of 1 or 2 centimetres has just put such a shadow on the whole weekend.
Poor George Russell. And the Mexico City Grand Prix is go. The slipstreaming that we normally see is not happening. I reckon that's the race lead of the inside line. Checo Perez trying to go around the outside. He's made contact. He's made contact with Charles Leclerc into the first corner. Perez spins round.
Checo Perez with that draft tries to go 3 wide and redo what Max did back in 21, late on the brakes on the outside, but it's just not enough room. He tried to force the issue a little bit, tried to squeeze Leclerc down.
Based on what I've just seen there, I think Checo was trying to turn into a corner when, you know, you can't expect the Ferrari to disappear. For me, he's going to have to own that one.
As a driver, you take a risk going 3 cars into turn 1 with these white cars. I took a risk. I paid a high price for it, but it just happened everything a little bit too late, and unfortunately, I had a lot of damage in my car.
Alonso is going to get the run down at turn number 4. This is going to be super aggressive between the 2 of them. Alonso's fought his way back through. What a move, Fernando Alonso on the last lap, and the crowd absolutely loved it. There's that wide line from the Aston Martin driver time and time again. He will go up through the gears. They're both planted to the floor, and you have just seen a brilliant race from the top 2, but it's going to be Fernando Alonso across the line. He gets close. He just hangs on in a superb finish to the line. It was decided for 3rd place by 53 thousandths of a second. And look what it means to Aston Martin. Fernando Alonso on the podium for the 8th time this season.
Yes, unbelievable.
Yeah, copy guys. This is for you guys. This is for you.
That couldn't have been closer, could it? Alonso keeps it by a sniff.
What a drive! In World Championship drive.
Verstappen and Hamilton come together again.
Please do it now.
This is brave from Lando Norris. Verstappen throwing it to the inside. They're both off.
This guy is dangerous.
Big crash on board and a huge amount of debris. Russell, who has Mercedes' best qualifying position of the entire year so far, with third, set at the opening Grand Prix of the year, goes ahead of Max Verstappen to the front of the field with a 1:12 exactly. Checkered flag is flying. Max Verstappen out of the final corner for the final time in this session. Can he do enough on new tyres at the end? It's second with exactly the same time. Extraordinary. I can't believe what we've just seen. The top two at the end, separated by absolutely nothing.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
I'll let you.
Oh, thank you so much. Proud of everybody for this turnaround. All that work back in the factory. Thank you. Come on. Come on.
Debris mid-track on the straight.
That mirror has been hit.
So he has to move over as per the rule book. As he does so, he's going to collect the mirror.
A lot of debris from below Hamilton's
Puncher for Lewis Hamilton off the road. And the front left has gone for Lewis Hamilton as he rejoins. Another one this time for Carlos Sainz. 2 cars on 1 lap.
Can he undercut Piastri from here? 2 seconds.
That's the question, isn't it? Can he get onto the fresher rubber? Can he put the pressure on that way? This is a massive moment. If the man from Melbourne is going to win his first Grand Prix today, this is going to be a huge moment. Lando Norris goes past his teammate, and it's going to be the net lead of the Grand Prix.
Okay, Lando, Oscar has just pitted. We'd like to re-establish the order at your convenience.
Okay, Oscar. So once you get to Lando, we will swap position. We'll swap position.
Lando, he can't catch you up. You've proved your point, and it really doesn't matter.
He's on much bigger size. I mean, I would have tried to undercut anyway. If I didn't, I would have gone off.
Mate, we did the stop sequence in this order for the good of the team.
Yeah, I'm fighting for it's simple.
Okay,
No,
I'm trying to protect you, mate. I promise, I'm trying to protect you.
When was the moment for Andrea Stella to step in and go, enough of this, I'm going to issue a direct instruction?
So if there's a safety car now, it's going to make this very awkward. Please do it now.
Lando Norris is backing off. He was on the cusp of a second Grand Prix victory. Oscar Piastri goes back through into the lead of a Grand Prix.
Yeah, you don't need to say anything.
The Australian driver advances all the way to that checkered flag. Oscar Piastri wins for the first time in Formula One.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thanks for the coordination. Well done. Good one, too. Good load of points. Congrats, team. Well deserved.
It is smoke out of the back of Verstappen's car. For the first time in 2 years, reliability could be a question mark.
Can you believe what we're seeing? The man who has finished every Grand Prix since he retired from this one in 2022 has smoke from the rear of the car. Max Verstappen has an issue. He's still very close to the lead of the Grand Prix, but he might not have a tyre left at the end of it.
Smoke. Blue smoke. Fire.
It's gone! The man who was trying to win 10 Grand Prix in a row for the second time in his Formula One career will not continue the run. A fire at the back of the car. The dreams of victory gone. We go racing for third place. Oh, he looks really up for trying it again. Trying to go around the outside of Hamilton, who gets an elbow out, and it's still Hamilton in third.
Verstappen only dive this time.
This time he gets there, he locks up and he makes contact with his old rival. Verstappen and Hamilton come together again.
Yeah, moved on to braking.
I'm not even going to get into a radio fight with the other teams, Max. We'll let the stewards do their thing. It's childish on the radio. Childish.
Didn't move the steering, mate.
Copy, mate. So that was Verstappen. He arrived out of control into that one.
This is the best chance that Perez had got all Grand Prix long, kicking up the dust in the late evening sun. Who will be second going into turn number 1? Perez is powering through. Perez has got them late on the brakes. Leclerc refuses to give it up. And can Carlos Sainz fight by? Yes! Wow, what a move! It was nearly second for Perez, but it's Carlos Sainz who gets by. We're heading into the wall at high speed. Sainz and Perez make a collision at high speed. Perez is out.
What the is he did, man? What the is she crazy or what? Idiot.
If Lando has a decent pit stop with tyres fired up and a chance to win, Lando's so long in his box as well.
It's not a great stop.
Hamilton comes out in front of Lando Norris, and it's multiple British Grand Prix winner Lewis Hamilton who is now back in front. The crowds are going crazy. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. He takes his 9th win at Silverstone, his first win in nearly 1,000 days in Formula One, his 104th victory ever. Absolutely brilliant. Get in there, Lewis! You're the man! You're the man! Oh, mate, I have been waiting for this.
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot. It means a lot to get this one. And a big thank you to all the fans here. Love you guys.
Yes, mate.
We will prevail. We never give up. And what a sign-off for our joint trajectory here on the British Grand Prix. We couldn't wish for anything better.
This one means a lot to us all.
I love you, Bono.
104 victories now, but I've never seen you quite this emotional after a race.
Yeah, I can't stop crying. I think, you know, it's been since 2021. I just, every day getting up, trying to fight, to train, to put my mind to the task and work as hard as I can with this amazing team. And this is my last race here at the British Grand Prix with this team. So I wanted to win this so much for them because I love them. I appreciate them so much. All the hard work they've been putting in all of these years. I'm forever grateful to everyone in this team, everyone at Mercedes and all of our partners. And then otherwise to all our incredible fans. I could see you lap by lap as I was coming around, and there's just no greater feeling as to finish at the front here.
This is brave from Lando Norris, trying to go around the outside. Max Verstappen barges his rival off the road, and the contentious debate of position between the top 2 drivers in the World Championship continues. From Austin to Mexico City, they collide this time. Verstappen throwing it to the inside. They're both off. Extraordinary. Norris versus Verstappen getting really brutal again.
This guy is dangerous. I just have to avoid a crash. It's the same as last time, mate. Yeah, we're on it, mate. I'll end up in a wall in a minute.
So Max Frippo, you've been given a 10-second penalty for forcing Lando off track at turn 4. So head down.
10. It's quite impressive.
So Max, update. You've been given another 10-second time penalty. That's for leaving this track and gaining an advantage at turn 8.
And how about him then? Turn 4? That's fine then? Or that's silly, man.
And the Monaco Grand Prix is underway. The top 5 as they were, as Leclerc gets the launch that he needed. But is that a problem? Is that an issue? Looks like the sparks out of the back of the car for Sainz. He has got a problem, he's off, and he's out. Perez heavily into the wall, collects one Haas, and then the second one has nowhere to go. That is so unusual to see on the opening lap here in Monaco. Oh, that's a big crash. Most important thing to see. Look, no front left, no front right. But Perez, thankfully, out of the car. Watch Perez, it's going to be down the inside. It's Magnussen with the clip that causes the accident, and that's a massive hit into the wall.
On board with Perez, the concertina and the close contact. Now, he's in the middle of the track. He's defending his position. He is then hit from the rear.
Oh, my word. That is a massive accident.
Yeah.
Well, that's Perez ahead, so Magnussen sneaks up the inside of Hülkenberg.
Yeah, Magnussen's going to be on the right-hand side. That's where the contact is going to be.
Are you okay, Nico?
Damn it.
Here's the next one. He'll get one to turn 4 as well. This is where he got past in the sprint yesterday. Lando Norris, is he brave immediately again? This time Verstappen covers it off. This Grand Prix has come alive. Can he shape for another move? Max Verstappen is checking the left mirror. Is it late again? Is it great again for Lando Norris, who tries to slow it down, but he overtook him off the road? What a late lunge it was, but he'll have to give that place back, and he knows it. How can he give the place back in a way that doesn't disadvantage him? He's the new race leader, but he did it off the racetrack. It won't count. And now, on lap 63, Lando Norris slows it down. That one will count if he can stand on the power.
Yeah, he has to give the position back. I was ahead at the apex.
Yep, and he went off track.
Game on once again. This time it's the outside line. Oh, they make contact. He's got a puncture. He's damaged his front wing. The leading contenders for the World Championship come together at turn 3. The crowd can't believe it.
Yeah, the car's...
So it's just a puncture, boxer slap.
Nice. Oh my God.
Okay, box, Max. Box. Got rear left puncture. Box.
Lando Norris was dreaming of a second Grand Prix victory. He is out of the race, having made contact with Max Verstappen. There was just too much battling.
It's not for me to say, it's for him to say something. I did nothing wrong. He was the one in the wrong, so he's the one that should say something, not me.
It's of course unfortunate. It's stuff that you don't want to see happening. It's as simple as that. It was a bit of a, I would say, an awkward angle that we touched.